guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I thought I would film a video all about how I sort of discovered minimalism and how I personally have benefited from starting my minimalism journey and how it's really helped me. This video is massively inspired by Charlotte's minimalism journey, so I will link her in the description box. Definitely check her video out because I literally agreed with like everything she said in that video. I thought it might be interesting for you to know just a little bit about me and how I sort of came to start my minimalism journey. So I am a very anxious person. I have really bad anxiety, and one of my greatest sort of worries is basically losing my job and not having any money to pay the mortgage, and these are things that I worry about. It's absolutely ridiculous and irrational, obviously anxiety is. It's completely ridiculous as well, you know. I've never been made redundant. I feel like my company does obviously really value my work and everything. They've never given me any reason to feel like I would be laid off, but it's just my brain being crazy. And I feel like the pandemic really sort of kicked that into overdrive for me. I just ended up thinking, what if something like this happens again and I don't have a backup plan, I don't have any funds to keep me going? I would be absolutely screwed, basically. So this was about halfway through 2020 when I just kept having these feelings of anxiety and fear about sort of losing my income and what the hell would I do if that happened. So that really kick-started my saving, my need and want to save, and I ended up saving a few £1,000s within a few months, just by really focusing on it and dedicating my thoughts and energy towards saving. I have always saved. I'm, like I say, a worrier, so I've always had a certain amount of savings in my online ISA just for emergencies. But this was a real shift in my sort of priorities, and it was very much a sort of realisation for me that I would want to be able to survive on my savings if the worst was to happen. So for the first few months it was very much just put as much away as I can and really sort of dedicate my thought process into not spending and saving. As I say, I've always had enough sort of stashed away in case I needed to pay out for an emergency, say the car broke down, or you know, you need to pay out a particularly big bill. But I never really took it that seriously, in the sense that I would literally buy whatever I wanted. I was never reckless with it, but if I liked something, it wasn't oh, I could put that £50 into my savings. It was, I'm just going to get it because I really like it. And I think I'll do a whole separate video on how my sort of minimalism journey actually started and the progress of that. But for the purposes of this video, where I'm talking about the benefits of minimalism, I thought that would just be a nice sort of bit of context to show you, because my main sort of I suppose goal or outcome of my journey was primarily financially focused. And obviously I'm only I'm not even a year in to this sort of journey, and I have my savings goals for 2021, which I can talk about in another video, and how I'm sort of achieving that. But I am well on my way to hitting that goal for 2021, and that for me is 100% my main sort of benefit from going on this journey, and that is to have a considerable amount of money just tucked away, so that I'm sort of on my way to becoming financially free. And financial freedom is, I just can't believe how much lighter and just more happy and content I feel knowing that I'm sort of semi-financially free. Definitely not 100% financially free, let's be honest. If I got fired or something, then I would definitely have to get another job. It's not like I could give up work and sort of self-fund. But I'm hoping that the practices I'm putting into place now can help me in the years to come, and you know, eventually I would love to be able to retire early and have the time to do things for myself that I want to do. I would absolutely love to be self-employed and work from home, so that is my end goal. I'm talking like obviously years in advance, but that is the end goal for me. So these steps I'm taking now are hopefully going to help me build on that dream. So yeah, that's the primary benefit for me, is sort of financial security. But there are, since I've sort of adopted this lifestyle, there are so many more benefits that come into play. The first one is having more time to do things that genuinely make me happy. So before, I was spending so much time online shopping, looking for things that I really didn't need, and yeah, online shopping takes up a lot of time, and it was starting to become a hobby, but not a hobby that was making me happy, because I mean, I was just spending money, which obviously isn't great, and then new stuff was coming into my home, but I wasn't completely like besotted with all the stuff that I was getting, so things would just completely accumulate and just ending up with just too much stuff. And since sort of online shopping has been banned, I have found new hobbies that make me so much happier. And I say new hobbies, but I've basically been reading more than I ever have before, and I used to read all the time when I was a kid. Like, it made me so happy, and I've like rediscovered it in the last year, and that's because I have more time. And I find that when you are discovering minimalism, it just makes you feel so much more like grounded, and your whole sort of perception and priority changes, because you just want to be completely like, you want to completely slow down, and things like going for a walk, reading a book that you would just never prioritise before, you suddenly feel like you want to take the time to do those things. So that's another benefit that I found since doing my minimalism stuff, and that is that I've had more time to do hobbies that make me genuinely happy, and prioritise things that like benefit me as a human being, like exercising and reading and seeing my family and loved ones. Then the final benefit that I have personally experienced and had the sort of biggest effect from is the mental clarity that comes with having less stuff. I cannot express to you the just sheer like mental clarity that you experience when you start the decluttering process. I find so much joy from decluttering, it is a joke. Like, if I've gone on a big decluttering spree around the house, or I've sort of gone through my wardrobe or my makeup, whatever, the sort of feeling you get after is just, oh, it's so good. And it is like totally addictive as well. I've just filmed another makeup declutter, even though I did one at the start of the year, and I'm already looking for more stuff to get rid of. I think there's actual like studies to like prove that visual clutter is like using up energy and, you know, distracting you all the time and everything. So it definitely makes sense that when you've got less stuff around, that you just feel like you can focus more. I'm definitely not perfect. I've got so much further to go on this journey, but I'm really enjoying the process, and I'm learning a lot about myself as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see any more minimalism videos, then let me know in the comments what you want to see. I would love to hear your recommendations, because I'm always looking for more topics to cover when it comes to minimalism, because I absolutely love talking about it, as you can probably tell. But yeah, if you like this one, then subscribe to my channel, and I will hopefully see you in my next video.